fight. It's a close fight, but honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Shakur. Like Shakur said earlier, he's been boxing guys like Teo his whole life and been making easy work out of guys like that. So I think tomorrow night is no difference.
Stylistically, what does Teofimo have to do then to defeat Shakur?
Honestly, I don't see, as far as him, I don't see anything he can do to defeat Shakur. You know, he's a guy that relies on a lot of big power punches and counter punching. And with a guy like Shakur, he don't got enough in his toolbox to deal with that type of style. I told Teo that when I seen him a few months ago. He told me that. I'm saying that because I was used to Shakur, but I'm telling him it's different, so he'll see tomorrow night.
Just talk to me about tomorrow's fight, brother, real quick. How do you think it plays out style-wise?
I think it's 50-50. So
to the final press conference at Madison Square Garden, everyone was left confused. Was this a mental breakdown or elite-level acting? When Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson came face-to-face, it wasn't a standard stare-down at all. It felt like pure psychological warfare. The moment Shakur pulled out a tequila bottle to mock Teofimo's absent father, the entire room went silent. Teofimo didn't snap. He just laughed oddly, stared blankly, and brushed it off by saying his father was simply busy.
Yeah,
where is he?
He got a hangover, that's where he at.
No. Where is he at?
I kid you not. My father
He was in the lobby last night.
My father,
We seen him.
took him to the
He was in the lobby last night.
He downloaded.
He was in the lobby last night.
Yo, but wait, hold up.
They download?
My father has gotten to all of y'all so well. And the moment he ain't here today, you guys all riled on it.
That's why he was.
Look at
that's
that.
why he was
Look how.
nodding in the-
Hey, hold
that's why he
up.
was
Look how
nodding in the
God
lobby
worked.
last night.
Look how God worked. He had a present from my father, and my father ain't here.
That's why he was nodding in the lobby last night.
Look how God worked. Good and evil, ladies and gentlemen. Good and evil. And I promise you, Saturday night, good will win.
He probably still messed up from last night.
Matchup and how they get together.
I think that's another fun matchup, man. I feel like Shakur is gonna beat him fairly easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tio know exactly who he's facing. And I just feel like Shakur is just so focused, so locked in. But not only that, I just feel like his IQ is just on a whole nother level. Shakur IQ is crazy, for real. And he's going to show that, January 31st.
The atmosphere felt strange and heavy, like the tension was hanging in the air. It seemed as if this fight would be decided less by punches and more by mental pressure and a breakdown unfolding in real time.
Great matchup, tough fight. I want to see what Teofimo shows up because sometimes it's Teofimo, the great fighter who beat Lomachenko, who beat Taylor. That's a tough Teofimo. But then we've also seen him, in off nights.
Right.
And so that's kind of the only question that I have. Which Teofimo's going to show up.
What do you think he has to do to kind of deal with a guy like Shakur Stevenson? How would you approach a fighter like Shakur Stevenson if you were Teofimo Lopez with the attributes that he...
I would think Teofimo, being that technically he's a bigger fighter, a bigger size, he's been at the weight class a little more and then just maybe built into it more. I would think he would have to use that size as an advantage. But it's hard to say because, Shakur Stevenson's so fucking good at what he does. Defense is on point, speed is on point, footwork is on point. And, he's really one of the best skilled fighters out there. So it's hard to say, oh, this is what you gotta do. No, it ain't easy, trust me. But being Teofimo, again, if he's bigger, naturally stronger, then he should try to use that, to his...
First time in years, Teofimo Lopez is being written off by the boxing world. Odds makers have tagged him as a plus 350 underdog, a number that feels disrespectful for a fighter who owns the lineal title. But this is where Teofimo is most dangerous. Before facing Vasily Lomachenko, critics said he lacked polish. Before the Josh Taylor fight, they claimed he was done. Each time, he entered the ring as the one people expected to lose, and left holding the championship. He's built a reputation for ruining legacy moments. Now Shakur Stevenson is aiming for a world title in his fourth weight class, trying to establish himself as boxing's new standard. But in doing so, he may be stepping into a scenario Teofimo has mastered over years. For Teofimo, being the underdog isn't a setback, It's what fuels him.
Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. Who you leaning towards?
I'll tell you what, a fight that I believe that's going to live up to all his expertise and all the talent that both guys have. But Shakur Stevenson is to me, has more weapons to win with, more weapons to confuse anybody on his level. And also, the best they can be will not be enough. I believe that Shakur will win, but it will be a close fight, but not a controversial fight. I believe both guys going to show the world why they're in that weight division, the top 2, top 3. I'm not going to go no lower than that, the best in that division. And that's going to be something that's going to be special for us. We all going to win come tomorrow night.
All right, on that note, you said Shakur, but what's the keys to victory for Teofimo Lopez to get it done?
To be able to
beat Shakur. He's your favorite fighter. How does he get it done?
He's going to have to make Shakur be everything that he is not. He's going to have to change everything that Shakur does well, and that's not easy. But is it possible? Anything is possible, especially in boxing. But I believe that that type of back and forth rivalry and that type of determination is going to be what makes a good fight.
Is this like a Leonard Hearns?
I'll say it's more like a Duran and Leonard.
Rumors about Teofimo's mental state are peaking, with some saying the pressure has finally caught up to him. His retirement talk and odd press moments have fueled doubts, and even Shakur called him emotional. But history shows this is when Teofimo is most dangerous. When the lights are brightest, he locks in. So was that downloading comment a slip or a calculated move to draw Shakur in?
How do you see the fight playing out tomorrow, buddy?
Shakur, unanimous decision.
But a question for you. So obviously Shakur's your little brother, you support him. But when you hear him on stage saying, I want to prove that I'm the best boxer in the world today, is there any like sort of competitive fire in you that sparks back up, or you're done?
Not at all.
So you're comfortable with him saying that? You ready to relinquish it? No doubt.
He is the best boxer in the world, you know, and tomorrow he will show it. You know, it's a lot of people that can say whatever they want. They can say this and say that, but tomorrow Shakur Stevenson will be victorious. And
Shakur Stevenson has his own battles to face. 4 years, he's been labeled boring, with fans calling him cautious and unadventurous. But his fight against William Zepeda changed that. He stood toe-to-toe, traded punches, and showed a ferocity we hadn't seen since his amateur days. Now the question is which Shakur will show up against Teofimo. Play it safe, and he could get caught in Teofimo's counterpunch trap. Go aggressive, and he risks running into the power of a natural 140-pounder who can end it with one hook. The boring tag is gone, but the stakes have never been higher.
Stevenson in Las Vegas. What makes it so difficult? What do you think Teo needs to look out for, given your experience with Shakur Stevenson?
I could say not getting greedy inside the ring with him, not losing focus, not letting him get into his game plan when it comes to invite you, because there's no option. There's either you fight his game or you fight no game. Because we seen with Dos Santos, he didn't try to put the pressure on him, and it was an extremely somewhat boring fight because neither or was trying to set the tone inside the ring. So if you're gonna set the tone with someone with Shakur, you better have a game plan, because the guy he's gonna be patient. He's not gonna get off his game plan to fall into your trap. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez' coach, I would tell him not to lose focus, not to get frustrated inside the ring. Stick to your game plan, whatever game plan it is. If it's A, B, C, whatever it is, stick to it and go for it. But someone like Shakur Stevenson, like I said, it's easier said than done with a fighter like that, because it's not like he's too back from you. He's just right there in your face, and once you throw, he just rocks back a little bit and touches you. Then it becomes very frustrating. Then when you start loading up, then he does it again. He starts loading up at his shots, but just outboxing you. So I would just say, it's like I said, it's a tough one for me to to pick who will come out victorious. That's why I go with the 50-50.
Boxing experts are torn on how this fight will play out. Oscar Valdez, who stepped in the ring with Shakur, warns not to underestimate Teofimo's athleticism. If a low-level Teofimo shows up, Shakur could be in serious trouble. Jamal Herring, who knows how frustrating it is to land on Shakur, says it all comes down to focus. If Teofimo lets greed or emotion overtake him after the taunts about his father, it could be over fast. Shakur controls distance perfectly, keeping opponents just out of range while landing shots all night, a slow, painful way to lose. Herring believes Teofimo must take charge early and assert himself, or he'll be chasing the fight until the final bell.
50, you know, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. You feel like both of them has a high level of confidence. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature. Like he don't go outside of the boundaries on taking risks. So a lot of times you'll see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition and it'll wind up being a born fight to a degree. You know, that's why everybody was criticizing him for, oh, he's a born fighter. He's a careful fighter. And I feel like with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be a careful fighter. Now, just because he's a careful fighter doesn't mean that he isn't punctual with how he do things. I think Shakur, he got a lot of this arsenal that he can use to make him be victorious as well as Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? So it's a 50-50 fight, and it depends on what fighters show up the night of the fight. Right. You know? But if I had to give you my whole honest truth, if Teofimo Lopez show up and is ready to fight just like how he fought Lomachenko,
experience already, you know, Shakur hasn't fought nobody like my son, you know, and let's say, let the best man win.
You mentioned some of his weaknesses that you see, you know, flaws in Shakur's game. What are some of those?
I can't say that, man. Come on, man. It's like Donald Trump, right? He doesn't say his secrets, you know?
Now, obviously, your son mentioned to us that, you know, obviously, when he wins and gets past Shakur, Devin Haney's value
the thing that people don't understand is that southpaws don't have a lot of arsenal. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of arsenals. And if you know how to fight a southpaw, you could beat them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy. For him, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? And for me too, because my son, like I said, my son destroys southpaws. You know, you saw what he did to Magdaleno, man. You know, so I see a fight. I see a competitive fight in the beginning. And then once my son figures it out and he starts dancing in there and doing his thing, you know he's going to win.
What version of Shakur do you expect to come out first?
I wish the best. I wish the best, you know. Cepeda almost dropped him, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Cepeda's not a person that does, does punching placements. You know, he just throws punches. You know, my son is not like that. My son is going to figure this guy out, and you guys going to see it, you know?
But do you think Shakur will engage like he did or tried to with Cepeda?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Nobody does. Nobody does. Once you feel my son's power, it's not easy, man.
And there's the southpaw angle, which Bill Haney has pointed out. He argues that southpaws have a narrower set of weapons, and a sharp fighter like Shakur could exploit Teofimo's difficulty with angles to dominate him.
How do they keep that same energy?
On seriousness,
I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
All seriousness.
You're not even like that, boy.
Wait.
I promise you not like that.
Wait.
I'm gonna tell you like this here. You better not say nothing about my daughter or anybody in my family.
Have you considered leaving though?
I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Have you considered leaving though?
Have you
leaving these nuts in your mouth?
Dick, bitch ass boy. Suck a dick, bitch ass boy. You's a bitch. I can't wait.
And you a ligma.
I can't wait.
You a ligma.
I can't wait. After Saturday, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Yo, that's all you want to do. You want to clown.
Eddie,
you haven't been to Malone?
What's happening Saturday?
You a clown.
You traveled around the whole world. You haven't been to Malone?
You a clown.
Malone did.
Yo, put your money where your mouth is.
I can't wait.
You got so put your money where your mouth is.
Hey, I'm starting to think you're a little suspect, boy.
He is.
I'm starting to think you're a little suspect.
It's a daring statement, especially given Teofimo's past wins over left-handers like Lomachenko and Taylor. But Shakur isn't an ordinary southpaw. He's a defensive mastermind who barely gets it. Many believe his ring IQ rivals anything we've seen since Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't just compete, he shuts you down.